The newest 2021 Suicide Squad trailer is out, and we need to celebrate it with you. Join me today on Top 10 Nerd as we go through everything that happens in it and try to piece together the story that is teased here, as well as understand what exactly all the quick cuts and various alluded to scenes really mean in the greater scheme of the film. Alright, let's jump into it. The trailer starts off with the squad gearing up to go and save Harley Quinn, who seems to have been captured. In the van we see Bloodsport, Peacekeeper, Rick Flag, King Shark, and what appears to be the Thinker and Polka Dot Man in the back. The first bit is all very fast cuts to show the team setting up after they come out of the van. Amanda Waller over comms warns them no funny business, and before they jump out of the van, Peacekeeper criticizes the decision to go rescue Harley and risk the mission, calling her a mental defective dressed as a court jester. Bloodsport responds by mocking Peacekeeper's headgear, in turn referring to it as a toilet seat. We see various shots of them setting up in position, with Ratcatcher 2 scouting out with binoculars. Harley then sneaks up behind Rick Flag and asks what they are all doing, revealing that she apparently didn't need to be rescued at all. Based on her bloody nose, we can assume that she escaped her captors all on her own. Rick Flag reveals that they were there to save her, and he had a really good plan too. Harley kinda seems a little upset that she missed being saved by the team, and she does offer to go back inside so that they can enact their plan and actually get a chance to save her. It seems that this isn't what they'll do though. It should be noted that there's a flag featured in this scene that's also featured in various scenes throughout this trailer that, while not identical to Santa Prisca's, has led many to believe that this could be the DCEU version of Bane's homeland, an island ruled by criminals and corrupt individuals that is located in the Caribbean Sea. And yeah, I acknowledge that these flags are both different, but the flag that we see in the film kind of reminds me of the Colombian flag, and yeah, I was like, Colombian places that are fictional DC places. I don't know, Santa Prisca? Could be, we'll find out. We then cut to what we can assume to be Belle Reve, where the Suicide Squad are held as prisoners when not on missions. We see Savant in a cell, seemingly bouncing a ball around. Blackguard can also be seen pulling toilet paper off his orange Crocs as he walks through an open prison area. Weasel licks the cage door of his cell, staring out at an onlooker, making kind of awkward eye contact. In voiceover, we hear Amanda Waller giving everyone the rundown as we cut to Savant being injected through the back of his neck with the nano bomb that all other members of the Suicide Squad also have. Amanda Waller reminds us that anyone who steps out of line will have that bomb at the base of their skull detonated. So, don't do that. We cut to Savant and Rick Flag getting out of the back of a military-grade looking vehicle, with Savant remarking, "So this is the famous Suicide Squad." But the next cut is to Boomerang's legs, and you can tell not just from the fact that he's holding a boomerang, but also because of his jacket, which is different than Savant's. It's implied here that Savant has just joined the squad, in my opinion, and is meeting his other teammates for the first time. We then cut to a few shots of the squad walking around looking dangerous and cool in slow-mo, with some members getting focused shots. We also see TDK sipping a Pib, I'm assuming because Pib is tasty and because paid product placement. Another thing I noticed here is that there might actually be two different teams they'll be following, as the team Savant meets up with seems to have different members from the first team we saw with Bloodsport and Harley. The only crossover member in terms of appearance obviously being Rick Flag. So to me this either implies we're gonna have two different teams on different missions, and I don't know how Rick Flag will be jumping back and forth though, or it could be two different like sort of timelines, so like a mission in the past and a mission in the present. Or a mission in the past, a mission in the future. Speaking of that original team, we seem to cut back to them with a series of shots showing Harley firing a rocket launcher, King Shark eating an unsuspecting civilian, or more likely an unsuspecting enemy, with a voiceover of him asking "nom nom?", though I doubt this is actually the sound from that shot. We get a quick spit take reaction inserted, obviously meant to match up with that moment with King Shark, but which could of course be from anywhere in the film. Also, I believe there's another product placement, Coca-Cola. I don't know why I feel compelled to tell you about those, but product placements, they're all over the place. Cut to Amanda Waller seemingly giving a team briefing and asking if anyone has any questions. No one does apparently, though King Shark does raise his hand and ask, "Hand?" Amanda Waller responds, "Yes, that is your hand. Very good." So we get the implication here that King Shark is pretty dim-witted from the voiceovers that we see here and his question, but he could also just be playing dumb here. He does seem to make Ratcatcher 2 laugh though, based on the sequence of shots that we get. Bloodsport's response is more bleak to the joke though, as he says, "We're all going to die," and Polka Dot Man has an even more bleak response than that when he looks over and says, "I hope so." Once again, you'll notice we only see teammates together here from that first scene, so like I said, we kinda got like team 1, team 2. The following scene leads us to believe that the Thinker has been recruited into the team possibly while they were on the mission and is being warned by his new teammates that if he does anything to jeopardize their mission or misleads them in any way, that he'll die. Though of course Harley's warnings to the Thinker are a lot more ridiculous than the rest of the teams. Now team 1 is stalking through what appears to be a jungle at night, and I'm still wondering where this is set. Is it Santa Prisca? Is it somewhere else? Is it, I don't know, a place that's real? I did not recognize this flag and it's driving me nuts. Bloodsport is revealed to be the leader of the group when Peacekeeper remarks that for a leader, he's not being very decisive with their plan. The two have some pretty comical banter there. Title cards reveal the film will be released this summer, and we see what appears to be Ratcatcher 2 and Polka Dot Man partying it up, perhaps in their off hours as a reward, or maybe as part of a mission? Polka Dot Man in his suit, Harley Quinn and Bloodsport run through and jump out of a building as it collapses, Sol Soraya approaches someone or something cautiously armed with a gun, a prisoner threatens Amanda Waller with a shiv, King Shark tears a man in half, a helicopter crash lands, Harley Quinn shoots up a room of enemies, possibly her captors that we learned of at the beginning of the trailer, a tower that looks as though it may be part of the collapsed building that we saw earlier crumbles surrounded by the military. Bloodsport and Ratcatcher 2 both promise to get the other out alive. Kinda cute. Explosions! Explosions everywhere. A monster erupts from the ground below, which appears to be Starro? Starro, is that you? You can spot the monster, or kaiju as they are referred to, on the screen in the background a bit better in the next shot, so check that out. And finally, we learn that Harley loves the rain because it is like, and I quote, "angels are splooging all over us." And finally, our expected release date of, someone give me a drum roll. Drumroll, August 6th. What are some of your favorite moments from this newest trailer? Who do you think will live? Who will die? Let us know your thoughts and guesses in the comments below. This has been Top 10 Nerd, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight, reminding you as always to stay nerdy, YouTube.